Hello everyone and welcome to episode 116 of the TEW 2020 New Japan Pro Wrestling series here on the channel. It is the Wrestle Grand Slam Tour, in total 6-night tour, 2 major shows, and then as far as 2 road 2 shows in between those 2 major shows, this schedule, it's, as far as it's a nice little, I would say, ribbon on top of the year 2026, because this is kind of the last 2 major shows of kind of the non-tournament degree, and obviously we'll have the tag league to end it out. But these are kind of your last big time shows. It's the last shows to really see who's going to be champions going into Wrestle Kingdom, and even so, sometimes even seeing who will be, as far as a potential challenger going into Wrestle Kingdom. We already know, of course, our main event. As far as Konosuke Takeshita versus Hiromu Takahashi for the junior heavyweight, for the heavyweight title. And, that's going to be a hell of a matchup, obviously, between those 2 men. But we also, as far as with the tag team titles, we'll figure out who's challenging Zack Sabre Jr. and Volter come the tag league, obviously. We'll find that out. And as far as we'll also be seeing, as far as on this tour, some more matches added to that final show of Wrestle Kingdom. We'll be knowing, as far as we'll have the Art of War match with Tanahashi and Juice on that show. So as far as we have our only non-title matchup so far added to that Wrestle Kingdom show. Other than that, should be a pretty jam-packed show with a bunch of title matches. And we'll know at least the Velocities. They have punched their ticket to that matchup, as far as they're already the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, but winning the Junior Heavyweight Tag League, they have secured their spot at Wrestle Kingdom. That's trying to think what else to really go over before we, as far as what Wrestle Kingdom's got on the horizon. But I think that's pretty much it that we know going in, as far as that is what we have planned out so far. So yeah, without further ado, let's go into the Wrestle Grand Slam Tour, as the first one will be in Tokyo. Of course, our main event, Hana Tamura versus Hiromu Takahashi. So Hiromu, this is kind of like your last shot at defending your New Japan Strong Openweight title. If it's going to be champion versus champion, or will Hiromu go in as a challenger without any championship to his name? For Hana Tamura, this is a big opportunity. As far as for him, obviously has been to the big dance once before, came up short against Konosuke Takeshita. But for him, as far as with Hana Tamura, he's looking to at least potentially go into Wrestle Kingdom as a champion and defend his title. As that's going to be a fun little main event, though. As our co-main, though, never openweight 6-man tag team title matchup, as it's the tag champs in Zack Sabre Jr. and Volter, with Lee Moriarty taking on the Diamond K Trios team. So as far as for Diamond K, obviously being the newish champions of the never openweight 6-man titles, and that's a great opportunity for them to not only beat a team like United Empire, but even to beat down on the tag team champions going into the tag league potentially. So as far as that could be a fun matchup, or even for the challengers to beat Diamond K and to go in as the never openweight 6-man champs and the tag team champions. It's a big deal. Obviously, these championships, that's the only championship that will not be defended at Wrestle Kingdom. They'll have the New Year's Dash as far as the gauntlet match for that night. So as far as they know going in, as far as they're not going to have a Wrestle Kingdom matchup, at least not officially. Maybe they will. As far as even as far as I'm sure, the eyes will be for Diamond K all on the main event, and for Konosuke Takeshita to retain and to still be the heavyweight champion for that group. But as far as that potentially might, dictate how they're going to proceed with Wrestle Kingdom. As for Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title matchup, as our next title matchup, Samurai del Sol and Demonic Mamba taking on the Velocities. They beat the Velocities during the Junior Tag League, so that's why this match is taking place. This is a big opportunity for them, as far as a team for Samurai del Sol and Demonic Mamba to potentially win the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles and get a Junior Heavyweight Tag Team matchup at Wrestle Kingdom. Big deal, obviously, to go in as potential champions to Wrestle Kingdom, but even so, having a match against the Velocities, you get a great chance to beat them not once but twice in the same calendar year, and to beat them for the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles. Never Openweight, number one contendership title matchup, or Never Openweight title matchup, number one contendership match Kazuchika Okada versus the Great Okan. As you can see, the winner takes on Sonata at the main event of the Sapporo Grand Slam show, and you see it is Kazuchika Okada. So Okada's going to beat the Great Okan here, and it's going to be a fun little match between Okada and Sonata. As far as for both men, they have something to prove. As far as Sonata, last time him and Okada, he hasn't forgotten about that Intercontinental title matchup that cost him, as far as a big time moment at Wrestle Kingdom, to lose to Okada like that, and definitely has been on his eye as far as with Okada dealing with that, as a chance for Okada to really prove that he still got it. As far as for him, much different Kazuchika Okada there was then compared to now, and even the same thing for Sonata. Sonata was the LIJ member version of himself, and not really this Designers of Perfection main event player. Whereas Kazuchika Okada, of course, is the Rainmaker character still, and now this Zen monk, kind of the wise wisdom veteran now, looking to pass on knowledge and looking to pass on his experiences as being a main event player for, God, at this time. It's crazy to think now, when we started this save, Kazuchika Okada was not leaving New Japan or anything like that, and now he is on the outs, going to America, presumably. I don't think he would be jumping ship to Pro Wrestling Now or All Japan. That'd be kind of crazy, but obviously, for him, I wouldn't say it was like not. It wasn't too shocking. I thought for sure, though, he wasn't leaving once they had Tanahashi be the president. I thought that was kind of like, just from on the outside looking in, it seemed like, Okada wasn't really mixing with that president, which I'm forgetting his name now. And then, it's kind of like a negotiating tactic for him to be like, listen, you pick somebody that, or, you pick, someone that I'm favorable with, maybe potentially, he'll stay. But it seems like, he's kind of in the same boat as Nakamura was, funny enough, when he left in 2016. And, just at this point, feel like he's done it all, as far as he's never the Intercontinental champion, but I guess as far as potentially with him, it was, kind of the writing on the wall. You stay, help put over this new talent and the new crop of, the next generation of stars for New Japan into the, the 2030 stars, if you will. Guys like Yota Tsuji, guys like Oiwa, and, as far as, or Oiwa, I was thinking of are safe as far as with the returning Oiwa potentially on the horizon, but guys like Narita and Yui Uemura, Shota Umino, those guys, the next generation. And I think he saw that kind of writing on the wall, and saw maybe potentially that with the way the yen is kind of falling right now, the yen value compared to the American dollar, it's the lowest it's been since like the late 80s. It's almost like Americans are like $1.50 ahead than the yen, which is pretty shocking. At least it was the last time I checked, which was a couple weeks ago. Basically when the news dropped that Okada was leaving, because it was just like, maybe that was a play, because obviously with his wife is a pretty big deal over there, and I think that when the news broke, at least on Twitter, on the Japan side of things, like her name was trending higher than he was. I think a lot of the Idol fans are just like, God damn it, this goofy fucking wrestler's taking his Idol wife over to America. I think they're a little bummed out about that. It's just pretty funny to think about. But yeah, just as far as, because I hadn't really talked about the Okada news. Again, I think with Nakamura leaving, that kind of like opened up the door. There was like, anything's kind of possible, because definitely didn't think Nakamura would ever leave, and when he left, it kind of opened up my eyes and being like talent over there in Japan and just kind of anywhere. They kind of see potentially the writing on the wall and potentially have a chance to because now that I think kind of for the past 20 years or so, they were not really getting a giant contract deal from the WWE. Now it's a little bit different, and now with AEW too, now you have kind of two other competing deals with New Japan, and just New Japan. Just don't think they have the funds anymore with the way the yen is now compared to the American dollar. They'll probably get outbid by either AEW or WWE, and I think their business model right now is very much try to stay above water right now. I think they had to gain back a lot of money from and I also think they did end up making a pretty big profit now that they're out of as far as crowd restrictions and whatnot. So I think they're kind of eyeing towards making up a lot of the funds that they potentially missed out on during COVID potentially. But yeah, just as far as just kind of I think it's a win-win. Well, maybe not a win-win for New Japan itself. It's a win-win for the talent of New Japan because now you got a big spot to fill. But it's definitely a loss to lose out on somebody like Okada. I mean, just as far as their biggest star, it's not like it was Nakamura. Well, Nakamura was still one of the biggest stars, but it was kind of like look at who else they have, and now, Christ, as far as from the star level of talent that there was then compared to now, almost basically 8 years ago, very very different. Very, very different New Japan then than it is now. But, again, with kind of that opportunity of somebody being gone and that type of name leaving, it gives somebody else an opportunity to rise up the rankings potentially. And, it gives a chance for the next guy up to really fill those shoes. So we'll have to wait and see as far as from that regard. But yeah, as far as to go back to here in the save, Kazuchika Okada Sanada for the Never Openweight title, which, Okada's never won this belt. Chance for him to do something again that he has not done before, much like when he became the Intercontinental Champion. And it's like he's doing something that he's never done before here against Sanada. Potentially a great main event there. Co-main event, though, a rematch here with Daichi Hashimoto and Rey Fenix. Hashimoto lost the belt at Wrestle Dynasty, so he gets his rematch here in Japan against Rey Fenix. Should be a fun matchup, and as far as the winner of this matchup takes on the winner of this Scramble matchup that will be taking place here. Basically, winner of this match, winner of the match before the co-main, the Scramble matchup, that is our Wrestle Kingdom matchup for the Junior Heavyweight title. So we will be finding out what that will be. The Scramble matchup, so we know 2 men have already qualified. They won their singles matchups at the Strong taping here that just happened the day before here in the save. Dante Martin and Chaz Gable, as far as of course, Chad Gable, but for both those two guys, they've already qualified. You'll see the next 4 qualifying matches here on the first 2 Road to shows. So we'll be seeing basically who will be the 6 men by the time we get to the actual Wrestle Grand Slam in Tokyo show. So that's going to be nice to see. But yeah, basically winner of this and the winner of this is your Wrestle Kingdom Junior Heavyweight title matchup. They have a New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team title matchup. Brody Lee and Black Taurus versus Jon Moxley and Shota Umino. Fun match here. As far as Brody and Taurus, obviously they have the chemistry there. Moxley and Shooter looking to get a big win there and keep the New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team titles. Then our IWGP Women's title matchup. Utami Hayashishita taking on Ashley Flair. So, with this, as far as with the Sapporo matchup, I love how I kind of jumped all around here because we didn't even finish the rest of the Wrestle Grand Slam in Tokyo, but I figured we might as well jump to Wrestle Grand Slam in Sapporo as we're talking about the title matches. Basically, what we'll be seeing, you'll see this 4 Horsewomen Queen's Quest matchup. That's going to actually be an 8-man tag. You're going to see the final member of the 4 Horsewomen be revealed. The 4th woman will be appearing, and she'll be making her debut for that 8-man. So as far as the little build-up to the Sapporo show, matchup with that, and also, the big surprise on who's the 4th woman. And, as far as Dark Order Task Force Death, that's obviously building up to this matchup. But the Julia Athena versus Hana Kimura and Starlight Kid matchup, so that's TCS versus Donna Del Mundo. So what will be happening here at the Sapporo show? See Julia versus Starlight Kid's opening up the show. Actually, no, it's not. It's going to be Konosuke Takeshita, Kosai Fujita versus Ibushi and Jason Lee. But this match, the singles matchup between Julia and Starlight Kid. The reason why this is happening, at both the Strong tapings, Yeah, basically the strong tapings, and you're going to see a little bit of the building up between this matchup. So basically, Julia will take on Hana Kimura, and Athena will take on Starlight Kid on Strong. Winners of those two matches, which as you see will be Julia and Starlight Kid, will wrestle. Winner of this matchup takes on the winner of this matchup at the Tag League final. So, we know that we're going to have a women's final matchup at that Tag League show. Will it be Utami Ayashista or Ashley Flair taking on, the winner of course, between, Starlight Kid and Julia. Then you had the Konosuke Takeshita matched up with Fujita taking on Kota Ibushi and Jason Lee. Felt like we needed a blast-off Diamond K matchup to kind of, as far as build to that a little bit, as far as maybe a little animosity now that, Takeshita's left them high and dry. Yeah, I think just a logical kind of build up to that. And it's not like a big time matchup or anything like that. It's just something to have on the undercard to have, as far as and have a story, type of thing. But also the Lucha Brothers are back in action in the opening contest to build up to the Hashimoto Rey Fenix matchup, as Pentagon Jr. is back. He's back at 100% after his stint in rehab, which is great. He's I think he's going to be raring to go, though. He has been gone for a while. Him and Rey Fenix, though, taking on Hashimoto and Fujinami to open up that show. As far as that's the card. So we're already here at the first day. Just figured might as well already. So you see the two qualifying junior heavyweight matches: Fumin Arabe versus Alex Shelley, SB Kento versus Francesco Akira. We're also going to have a Donna Del Mondo Tokyo Cyber Squad matchup. Also going to see Toni Storm and Ashley Flair versus the Cosmic Angels, and also a Diamond K United Empire. I believe this is going to be an 8-man tag. I believe this will be the main event. We also have a Bomb Squad versus Desires of Perfection matchup, which is a little bit up, obviously, the junior heavyweight tag team title matchup, as Demonic Bomba will be beating Jude London there. So we actually did this match on Strong. It was actually, the day before. So to run this again, and to also have the Bomb Squad win again here against the Desires of Perfection. So they're looking good going into their title matchup. Don't think it's going to be the main. I believe that this will be the 8-man here. Konosuke Takeshita is going to be beating Drew Gulak. So a nice win for Diamond K, who are looking just strong as ever. Then we'll have... Actually, I think this should probably be the match before the co-main. Cosmic Angels versus Toni Storm and Ashley Flair, as Ashley Flair will get the win here. Then Donna Del Mondo versus the Tokyo Cyber Squad. Another 8-man tag. Or 8-woman tag in this case, as Sakiaki of the Donna Del Mondo team will be beating Rina from the Tokyo Cyber Squad. So then the Steel the Strip matchup will be Francesco Akira versus SB Kendo, as Akira will be added to that scramble matchup, and he'll be joined by Fumin Arabe. He's going to beat Alex Shelley in 20 minutes to kick off the show. So we're having some singles matches on this show, on the Road to show. Funny enough, last time these two faced up against each other was Best Super Juniors back in 2023. Shelley beat him. It's the only match they've had as far as singles-wise. So, first win for Abe over Shelley. Oh, didn't mean to click on that match. Meant to click on this one, as Akira and SB Kento. They wrestled way back when, at the start of the save. Basically, Francesco's kind of beginning here in the save. Beat Kento Coben back, obviously before he was SB. Beat him at the Sakura Genesis show, and then they wrestled during the Best Super Juniors. So I haven't had a match since then. Should be actually a pretty good little matchup, actually. I'm excited to see how it plays out. So that's the first Road 2 show. Let's run it here. As far as, I think we got a banger actually lined up. The 70 for the opener, as Abe with the Shining Wizard over Alex Shelley. Pretty good stuff there. 70, not bad at all. 66 for SB and Francesco Akira, as the Utaka for Francesco Akira over SB. SB outperformed them. They were definitely better than they were back in 2020, which is no surprise. 69 here for the 8-woman matchup. Donna Del Mondo beating Tokyo Cyber Squad, Sakiaki beating Arena with the Saki Cutter. So, Starlight Kid, Hana Kimura, Sakiaki, and Julia, the kind of 4 best women in this matchup. Pretty close. I mean, damn near dead even. Athena and Unagi did the same. Rina and Natsui did the same. And then just Julia and Sakiaki just barely getting outperformed. Mainly just Julia getting outperformed by Starlight Kid. It was only a couple point difference, that matchup. It's a good little multi-man matchup. You love to see that. Then Toni Storm, Ashley Flair beating the Cosmic Angels. Everybody did about the same besides Tae Honmo, who was off her game, so that makes sense. But she loses to the figure 4 of Ashley Flair. And at 82 for the Bomb Squad versus Designs of Perfection, the 6-man tag here. Demonic Bombo, the 450 splash over Drew London. So challengers beating the champions on the first night, going into their title matchup. Should be a lot of fun to see how that plays out, because that's going to be a really good match. I wouldn't be surprised if that's actually like a mid-80s match. The main event actually got outperformed by the co-main, as Konosuke Takeshita pinning Drew Gulak with a javelin kick. Takeshita, Zack Sabre Jr. in the 80s, Kenta just barely outside it, then Volter, Cody Yamada, Lee Moriarty, Ketsuya Nakajima, and Drew Gulak with a 67. Listen, when the worst guy in the match has a 67, that's actually not a terrible rating for a multi-man match. But I'll gladly take that. It's actually a pretty good show for the first day. It's on to day 2 we go. Alrighty, so day 2, of course, we'll not be running Kanto. We'll be running that on the final show. So just, Hokuto, that works. Actually, no, we need to hold off on Hokuto because obviously we'll be running Sapporo here. So gotta find another place. Oh, there we go. 5,500. Is that a bag haul? Yeah, we'll probably just run the 5,000 arena. Or we can sell at the nice arena. Yeah, we'll just sell out the nicest arena. Oh, as we got a backstage incident. Completely missed that. As it's Nagata passing on Psychology of the Great Okan. Good shit there. As yeah, Okan, he has a match tonight. Him and Jarvis versus Okada and Yoshihashi as for Ketsuya Kitamura. Another stint in rehab for him. So hence why Jarvis is teaming up instead of him. Bomb Squad Dragon's Den matchup again. This time to the 8-man. And, this time, obviously with the Bomb Squad, it's more the heavyweight hitters. And obviously Dragon's Den, Tamura, Riley, Garcia, and Roderick Strong. As Roddy's going to beat Kuroshio going into that Tokyo Wrestle Grand Slam show. So this is the trios matchup for the 4 Horsewomen of the Queen's Quest. As Utami Hayashishita with the Cosmic Angels taking on Toni Storm, Ashley Flair, and BB Crawford, as BB's going to lose here to Utami Hayashishita in 20 minutes. So the qualifying match is Makabe and Yehi, as Makabe will be beating Fred Yehi, so he'll be joining the matchup, and then Kushida and El Hiro del Airbender, as Kushida beats Airbender. What a upset, what a win, as that's a hell of a match, though. As far as like a prime Kushida and Airbender matchup, that would be pretty wild, because Kushida's a pretty good little base. As Doring and Miro taking on Kimitsu Kasai and Bakado Okamoto. So Young Lion matchup there, as Miro and Doring running through them. And Okan and Jarvis against Okada and Yoshihashi, as Okan beats Yoshihashi in 20 minutes. So a unique little show here, with having the Young Lion matchup involved. The trios matchup will be our co-main, and the main will be that Bomb Squad Dragon's Den match. But we now know the 6 men as far as Gable, Dante Martin. We now see as far as Kushida and Makabe, and also we saw on the previous night seeing the additions of Francesco Kira and as far as Daniel Makabe. So, or not Daniel Makabe, Jesus, as seeing both with Jesus, what now because I already said the as far as Francesco Kira. Why am I forgetting the person? Yeah, Fuminori Arabe. I was like, I was about to say Shelley. It's like, no, it was Fuminori Arabe. My God, as I thought I was having an aneurysm there. As yeah, we're good to go there. Good to go here. Yep. All right, we're all squared away. Let's run it. Day 261 for Kimitsu Kasai and Bakano Komodo as they lose to Miro and Joe Doring. Miro with the bullplex over Bakano Komodo. Yeah, obviously Miro, the heavy lifter of that one. 78 for Makabe and Yehi. Makabe with an 87. Tremendous stuff there as arm trap German suplex for Daniel Makabe in 24 minutes. 76 for Kushida and Hiro del Airbender. So yeah, an upset for sure. Kushida with a 55. Not great. He is up there in age though, so gotta give him that. But yeah, gets the win in 12 minutes with the Kushida lock too. So just catches it out of nowhere, locks it in, and he's got nowhere to go. As Yoshihashi still rusty. Not a terrible performance from him, but they were the better team in Okan and Jarvis. The big lariat from Okan over Yoshihashi in 20 minutes. 72 for the Kome. 4 women losing this time to Queen's Quest as Utami Hayashishita pinning BB Crawford with the Samoan drop. Yeah, Hayashishita and Tom Nakano with 62s. Ashley Flair with a 68 and a 63 for Toni Storm. Teomo, worst girl in the matchup, but BB was the worst woman on her side, so makes sense for her to lose to one of the best in Utami Hayashishita. In our main event, for 77, the Bomb Squad losing the Dragon's Den as Roddy pinning Kiro Kurashio with the sick kick. So Rush and Hiromu, obviously the heavy lifters of their team. And honestly, O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and Dan Garcia all around the same. But Tamora with a 78. So yeah, just Hiromu just a little bit better than everybody else here, and it shows. Pretty good stuff, though. I mean, Danielson obviously having a good pairing with both Tamora and Garcia. Got a crowd otter, too. So yeah, not a bad little tour show. Definitely a bit of a step down compared to the first night, but still. It's a good little show. Nice little 1-2 punch there. Both the qualifying matches, and I think having those kind of big-time singles matches really helped elevate the tour itself, obviously, because it's something we don't normally do, and it just makes it a little bit more impactful when you don't do it as often as we do, obviously. We try to make those singles matches, important. We try to make them only at the final shows and at the tournaments, as far as it just makes it a lot more important and a lot more just better quality all around, as on to the Wrestle Grand Slam show in Tokyo. Alrighty, so yeah, they got us in the Tokyo Dome already for this one. So that's a good sign already. Oh my god, yeah, we can definitely run. Where in the hell is the National Stadium? There it is, I was about to say. We can definitely run that. My god, 121,000 people. Jam-packed. Obviously, 80,000 on hand for this one. Just wanna, as far as our main event, Tamura Hiromu for the New Japan Strong Openweight title. And we have a new champion in Heihachi Tamura. So he beats the man who has punched his ticket to Wrestle Kingdom. Now, he will get attacked by Konosuke Takeshita. So Takeshita cost him the victory here. Easy storytelling there. As far as maybe a little bit of Hiromu not, as far as not really preparing himself as he should have against somebody like Tamura. Maybe overlooking him, maybe, looking past him potentially and just looking towards, Konosuke Takeshita not really being more on his brain. But then also with the interference on top of it is just kind of the icing on the cake for that. And we have a New Japan Strong Openweight champion because of it. So the co-main, as far as United Empire, Diamond K for the Never Openweight 6-man tag team titles, as it will be. Cody Umeda getting the win over Lee Moriarty, so they're going to retain. It's kind of the best case scenario here. The champions stay strong. Moriarty losing, unfortunate for him, but it's just kind of the best case scenario for those guys. Then Samurai Del Sol and Demonic Bomba, but it's the Velocities. Not a big night for the Bomb Squad eventually, as far as, unfortunately rather, as Paris de Silva beats them. And just kind of makes sense for them. Sure, they've, technically this would have been 2-2 if they would have beat them here. I just didn't think it was necessary. And, that's a nice retain, though, for the Velocities, as they've had a nice little run already. Oh, is Paris hurt? What the hell? When did that happen? What in the world? Oh. What the world? Is he working elsewhere? Oh, that's right. I think he is working Melbourne. Still, I think that is what happens when, he's still working for Melbourne Championship Wrestling. Yep, and that's how he got hurt. In a ladder match, no less. Boy, oh boy. Well, that has changed some things. So, do we vacate, or do we have him be replaced? I think it's probably for the best to have him just be replaced. Now, who would... Oh, actually, it probably should be Logan Gray. I guess that makes the most sense, right? So, we'll go ahead and do that. Oh, that's it. About retired. Hey, Alter champion. Logan McQueen. Yes, of course, continue the reign. So yeah, this will be their 4th defense now. Well, there we go. As far as we'll fix this right up. And this is why you make sure if you have a champion, that you make sure that they are only working for you. Now with the new addition, though, they get the win. Logan McQueen. You can beat Demonic Mamba. Alrighty. Good. And then never openweight title, number 1 contendership matchup. Okada, of course, beating the Great Okan. They had a match, G1 match, yes, back in 2024. It's on 85 then. I don't think it's going to be that good this time around, unfortunately, but still should be a pretty good match. The 4 horsewomen, as the 4th horsewoman is, I know it's Becky Lynch, but here she's going to be Becky, Knockout Quinn. As I just felt like the idea from that was from Rebecca Knox. Just felt like Knox, and then going from that to maybe instead of the man character going with a different direction with more of a physical style and more of a brawler than not so much of a kind of technical wizard, if you will, as far as more of a brawler, which is an interesting perspective for her because at this time she'd be 39. But I think she could kind of pull it off, and that kind of swagger that she already has kind of fits right in, and obviously fits right in with the 4 horsewomen. Which, what a group, though. I mean, Toni Storm, BB Crawford, of course, Bianca Belair, and then, Ashley Flair, of course, Charlotte Flair, but, it just kind of makes sense. And then you have, the tie, obviously, between her and Charlotte, have the actual, the 4 horsewomen ties, with her and, obviously, Sasha and Becky. But it just felt like she was kind of the perfect person to have her be the 4th woman. She gets the win here over Saya Kamatani as well. As, forgot to change her finishers. So I want to check that. Yeah, the Exploder. Instead of the Hard Knocks. Let's see. Because we can, so yeah, we have the Knocks Out. So we can take that. And we'll just, oh, now that moves it. As, call it the Knockout. Trying to think. Actually, I think I would be kind of clever to just call it the Knocks Out. And then have the Hard Knocks, and yeah. But also, her full name, as far as she only has the 1 N, so we threw in the extra N on there just to spice it up. I don't know. Just felt like that was kind of needed. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. So the Dark Order Task Force Death matchup, which Evil will be getting going over Eddie Kingston. So tough break for Kingston there. Then the Julia Athena matchup against the Tokyo Cyber Squad team of Hana Kimura. Let's start like it as Kimura's going to beat Julia here in the tag matchup, and the returning Pentagon Jr. with Ray FedEx taking on Daichi Hashimoto and Leona Fujinami as Pentagon Jr. will be getting the win here. So Danielson, given too much as a road agent, was not really paying attention on who was the agent. Always a good call, just go with the main event and give it to Tanahashi. So, as far as from a post-show press conference perspective, so, Dragon's Den. And for Tamura, I mean, this is kind of full circle to kind of think about from his perspective, because he, of course, his kind of first title was the New Japan Strong Openweight title, back in, as far as singles-wise. Now, he had won the Never Openweight 6-man titles with both Tenzan and Kojima, and then also with, obviously, Dragon's Den itself. So to think, it kind of started with that, to think a year later, he becomes the heavyweight champion, and now that he's back with this, for him, it's more of a kind of reset into 2027 and how he wants to prove again that he is one of the best in the world, and this is going to be his year, for 2027, and it started tonight with beating somebody like Hiromu Takahashi, and he just, said, Hiromu better be ready, if he is going to bring that type of performance and effort. I know, as far as he was not happy with the interference, because he doesn't see the interference. That's kind of the big thing, too, as well. The interference, he was down when it happened, like if Hiromu trying to go to the top and hit, top rope senton. That basically, the waiting for him to get up, and as far as he gets pushed off by Konosuke Takeshita. So with that, you have Tamura just basically jokingly saying, if you're going to bring that type of effort against Konosuke Takeshita, you're going to have a big problem. And then, one of the reporters is just like, did you see that Takeshita helped him? I helped you. And he's just kind of like, oh God, no, I did not see that. And he feels kind of bad about it. And he says, hopefully Hiromu can win, so now they can settle it in a fair one-on-one contest. So that's kind of another thing, too. You build to a potential rematch. You kind of cross all the boxes with this press conference. You have Tamura building up the fucking main event of Wrestle Kingdom, which is nice to just do that. Just to have somebody else build that up. Potential rematch with him and Hiromu, and even potentially, maybe Tamura helps out Takeshita, maybe not. As far as there's a different wrinkle to this now. There's an added element to it, which I kind of like. So there we go. And but for Bryan Danielson, as far as he says, listen, Tamura doesn't need the help. He's a fighting champion. I've helped him along the way, but this is all from the strength, the power. He's a tough competitor. Nobody in that locker room is going to be able to beat him one-on-one. With the training he's done, the work he's put in to get back to the top of the mountain, it's going to be sooner rather than later as far as being the heavyweight champion once again for him. So a nice little just all-around press conference for Dragon's Den. Then we'll have one with Kazuchika Okada. As far as Okada, very much a reflective Kazuchika Okada at this point. As far as for him, it's, again, he kind of reflects and thinks back, looking back at his time and thinks that, God, 14 years ago, this journey started from a man that was around my age. To think that he would be in 2026, he's a little older than what Tanahashi was when he put him over. I think Tanahashi was 37 in their match. And he's 38 here. It's kind of crazy to think as far as the parallels with that now, and thinking that people like Konosuke Takeshita have put down him, have put down Tanahashi, and have put down kind of this newer generation has been putting down the guard that built this. As far as the sold out crowds, all that, it's from the backs of these guys. The Okadas, the Tanahashis, the Naitos, the and Nakamura. I was like, I'm forgetting somebody's name, but yes, Shinsuke and those guys. As far as the Sonatas, the Konosuke Takeshitas, even though Sonata's like Okada's age, just this kind of generation of stars now have really belittled and have looked down. Juice Robinson, as far as what he's done with Tanahashi, and for Okada, people probably think that he does not have that fire anymore that he had as the Rainmaker character, and he says, the spark kind of was ignited thanks to guys like, Konosuke Takeshita, thanks to guys like Juice Robinson who have been, talking just bad about the stars of the past and how he's not ready to give it up yet. So I got all this wisdom, I've had these years of experience and the trials and tribulations and the journeys of just wrestling all over the world. But now I'm ready to put all that together with this approach of the calm, cautious, but whenever it's time to go, it's time to go. And he says, for Sonata, he hasn't forgotten to have beaten that man on the biggest stage just a couple years ago. He's ready to do it again and to win another first-time title, winning the Never Openweight title. So just all around, for Kazuchika Okada, it's more of a journey of reflection with this press conference, but also building up to the matchup, saying that he is ready. He is focused. This is a, Kazuchika Okada that maybe is harkening back to the Okada of old, even. So that's going to be fun. And the last one will be 4 Horsewomen. As far as, they stand tall and ready for all challengers. They're complete. They're ready to go. As far as Ashley has been, has bought her time, has, combed through every avenue that she could think of as far as who to be these, the women of the 4 Horsewomen going and joining her in the battle each and every night here in New Japan, and she has found that these 4 are the driving force in professional wrestling and Joshi wrestling right now, and she's feeling confident going to her matchup with Utami Hayashishita. But yeah, as far as that's pretty much all the press conference stuff. Yeah, I don't think we need another one. I was thinking maybe a Lucha Brothers one, but I think we're fine. I think we're fine with this. Actually, here, and the 4 Horsewomen there to end it out on. So yeah, man, there's the Wrestle Grand Slam show. I think this would be a good little show. Let's run it. 89 for the opener. Wow, as Lucha Brothers getting the win. As Pentagon Jr. with a package file driver, foot stomp combination there. Getting the win, got the show off to a strong start too. 67 for Pentagon Jr., who's rusty too, which is kind of crazy. He outperformed Fujinami, and he hasn't wrestled in a couple of 6 months. Pretty great return. 79 here for Athena and Julia against Starlight Kid and Hana Kimura. Hana with the big boot, and 21-51 over Julia. 71 for Dark Order versus Task Force Death. Moxley, the best guy in the match by far. It's kind of crazy that Black Taurus was the second best guy with a 71, but yeah, Kingston, Brody off their games. Not a great performance from kind of the rest of the people in that matchup, but Moxley delivered. God bless him, as he gets the win. He does not get the win. Rather, Evil gets the win with Everything is Evil over Eddie Kingston. Got the crowd buzzing, though. For our 8-woman matchup in the debuting, Becky, Knockout Quinn, gets the win with the Knocks Out in 2024 over Saya Kamatani. So 84 for her. Right now, she's by far the best woman on the roster with that rating. That's pretty incredible. It's Toni Storm, though, and Tom Nakano, right behind, in the 70s with her as well. Good shit for Toni Storm, though. And yeah, the 4 Horsewomen just got insanely better, obviously, with that acquisition. But, yeah, I did not expect that at all. Good shit. Good shit, Bex. As a 79 for Kazuchika Okada and the Great Okada. He wins with the Haju Bomb in 23-33. Beats Okan, he outperformed him, so the right guy wins. Yeah, I figured it wasn't going to be in the 80s, and it was not. 79 there. 88 for the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team title matchup as Logan McQueen filling in for Paris de Silva. This is McQueen beating Demonic Bomba with the Grave Walker. Pretty sick, as 23-31 for him. Completely got outperformed by everybody in the match. Probably shouldn't have won. But they get the win nonetheless. So 88 again for the Never Openweight 6-man tag team titles. Matchup as Kota Umeda pinning Lee Moriarty with a Fisherman Buster. So Zach with a 93. 89 for Kenta. 86 for Kota Umeda. Volter with an 88. Katsuki Nakajima with a 77. And Moriarty with a 76, which he was really off his game. So worst guy in the match losing to one of the better guys in the matchup, but the best guy was Zach and Volter. But what a match, though. And what a performance for Kenta and Umeda. Some good stuff there. The 91 for our main event, and just crazy that this was not better. To think that they had great chemistry, that the announcers had chemistry, that Tamura and Danielson had chemistry, and all that, only for 91, thanks to a lack of psychology. Yes, great. But the Hato driver for Hato Tamura over Hiromu Takahashi in 24-32. Gets the win, thanks to also interference from Konosuke Takeshita. Is the dirty champion getting just a little, playing a bit of mind games going into there. title matchup, costing him his New Japan Strong Openweight title. The Dragonson press conference, not so great. The Okada Sonata one, I forgot to turn Sonata off screen, but that's alright. And a 63 for the Four Horsewomen, which also didn't do great. Oh, and Becky has the knockout, or the language barrier. How fun. How fun. Good stuff, though. I mean, a 90. Could have been better. Obviously, the main event being the best thing on the card was nice for a change, but yeah, just all around didn't deliver thanks to chemistry, not chemistry, thanks to lack of psychology, which is just a pain in the ass to deal with, but it is what it is. Hiromu and Tamura, though, they did have a great performance. Also, obviously, the Never Open 6-man matchup, and also the Junior Void Tag Team title matchup. But, I mean, we gotta give love to Ray Phoenix, I guess. You know, God, they had the second best match on the card. The main event, the openers. Delivering in a big, big way. But now the Tokyo Grand Slam show is in the books. And now, on to Sapporo, as for the second half of the Wrestle Grand Slam tour begins now. Alrighty, day 3 of the Road to Wrestle Grand Slam tour, as Satoshi Kojima passing on microphone work to Eita Tamura, and then Nakamura passing on psychology to Moroka Takato. As for our main event, we basically have a rematch from the previous night, as instead of Hashimoto Fujinami versus Ray Phoenix and Pentagon Jr., it's going to be Ray Phoenix and Eddie Kingston taking on that team. As they have Fujinami beating Eddie Kingston there. We also have Konosuke Takeshita and Kosai Fujita against Kota Ibushi and Shun Skywalker. So basically the same matchup you're going to see at the final show, but instead of Jason Lee, it's Shun Skywalker being involved in it. As also we're going to see Ibushi Konosuke Takeshita get the win over Shun Skywalker. Young Lion matchup, Alexander versus Moroka Takato. As, of course, Alexander will be getting the win. Okada and Yoshihashi versus Sonata and Taichi, as Okada will be beating Taichi there. There we go. It's kind of weird we went with the undercard first. But a main event, Shotaro Ashino, Claudio Castagnoli versus the House of Black, as Claudio beats Malachi Black. Little Suzuki-gun House of Black matchup. And Donna Del Mondo versus the Tokyo Cyber Squad, as Julia, Athena, Saletta taking on Hanakamura, Starlight Kid, and Wari Unagi, as Julia will be getting the win in 20 minutes. I mean, the Joshis has low-key been some of the best parts of this tour. They've been tremendous. Been very, very pleased with their performances. It's from Corkin. Why not? Why not? As a 53 for Alexander and Moroka Takato, as the Pearl Plunge getting the win for Alexander. Takato was really off his game, so he only gets a 31. 77 for Ray Phoenix and Eddie Kingston against Fujinami and Hashimoto. Nice win for Fujinami, he needs it. Ray Phoenix, still best guy in the match. It was a little closer this time, it being a little closer for Hashimoto and Fujinami, but still not a great stuff. As Kosai Fujita herniated his disc there. Not great. As Wall Takeshita over Shun Skywalker, so we'll see if Fujita's out. If he's out, that match is probably going to have to get scrapped. So, just great. Just great. 78 for Yoshihashi and Kazuchika Okada against Taichi and Sonata. Boy, 49 from Yoshihashi, a 52 from Taichi. Pretty brutal stuff. As Okada with the Hydro Bomb, though, over Taichi in 20 minutes. Sonata still incredible, especially him and Taichi teaming, having that excellent chemistry. That worked out really, really well for him, thanks to Sonata's great performance. 72 from the trios matchup of Donna Del Mondo against Tokyo Cyber Squad, as the crossbody from Julia on to Imura Unagi. Relatively close. Just Saletta a little bit below Starlight Kid and Hanakamura, and then Athena a little bit below Unagi, unfortunately for her. Main event, though, an 80. Claudio Castagnoli, Shotaro Ashino versus Malachi Black and Tyler Black, as Claudio with the neutralizer in 20 minutes. Yeah, Malachi Black nowhere close to everybody else in that matchup. First time meeting, though, between Tyler Black and Malachi Black against Ashino and Castagnoli. As far as those two teams potentially in the tag league, it's almost a certain Ashino and Claudio will be, but potentially Tyler Black and Malachi Black will be in there. And yeah, now, gosh, we just have one more tour show left, and it'll be at the, and we'll be at the final show. We'll be at the Sapporo show for the Wrestle Grand Slam. So, yeah, on to the last tour show we go. Alrighty, the final tour show is here. So, we got a Diamond K Blast-Off match, which, if Kosai Vegeta's in that matchup, which he is, just great. We gotta change that, as Vegeta will be out for 4 months. So, down goes that. We will, so the match, it's going to be the same. We're just going to replace Fujita with Umeda, which is, not the greatest. Not the greatest of ideas, but because the idea also was to have Jason Lee win this match to build up to that match a little bit more. But now, we're going to have Kota Ibushi win and have, did it the opposite. Yeah, we're going to have Kota Ibushi win and Kota Umeda lose. So that's just great. That's just great. But yeah, Ibushi, Takuya Nomura, and Jason Lee against Diamond K, which Umeda being very unhappy is just a slap in the goddamn face to the fucking man in Kota Ibushi. Tyler Black and Shane Strickland against Satoru Shino and Takanori Ito. Tyler Black's going to get the win here for House of Black, so a little win back after losing previously. And then Becky knockout. Quinn and Ashley Flair against Utami Hayashishita and Saya Kamatani. It's actually going to be a good match now that we know how good Becky is. But Ashley Flair's going to beat Kamatani there. So the champion winning going into her title matchup. We might actually swap that. Yeah, let's do it. I'm feeling pretty confident about that match. And then the 6 men that have qualified, we're going to have a draw here. Basically, it's going to get to the match, or get to the point in the match where it turns into a pure sixer. All 6 guys in the ring battling against each other. Red Shoes loses control and eventually just calls for the bell. So kind of that sports entertainment-like finish. But really the idea with that is just it gets too insane, and just these 6 men are they're ready. They're raring to go. They're ready to go, and they're not listening to Red Shoes, and they're not. And basically, the combination of all 6 men not being used to teaming with each other, and it turning into that type of environment where it turns into a pure sixer. It's like the match is bubbling. It's at a bubbling point, going into that matchup. So it's just a nice little way to build up that match. But another House of Black Suzuki-gun matchup this time, though. Suzuki-gun will get the win as Claudio Castagnoli, Fred Yag against Hayato Jr. Fujita, and Robbie Eagles as Yeihai will beat Hayato Fujita Jr. And then the opening contest, Young Lion matchup for Kyoto Michinori. He's taking on Tetsuya Endo, which Endo will be winning that one. About to say, we should be good to go. It's probably just, crazy that Kota Umeda is unhappy about that match. But I'm feeling good, though. I'm feeling good about the match itself. That main event, now with Umeda in it, it's going to make it a little bit better. But, again, just sucks that Fujita got hurt. Trying to think where she went to. I guess Osaka. If there's a 5,000-seater, there's really not a lot of place. Yeah, there is. The Become Gymnasium will work. So we're good to go. Well, let's run it. As day 4 opens up with Tetsuya Endo beating Kyoto Michinori, which Michinori got a ways to go with only a 29 here. Not a great performance from him. At least Endo gets the win with the moonsault. Yeihai and Claudio beats Eagles and Hayato Jr. Fujita. Yeah, they were the better team. Get the win as well. Yeihai beating Hayato Jr. Fujita. So as far as the worst guy beats the worst guy for each side, this works out. I like the match. Glad we got to do it. Oh, yeah, the draw. Yeah, that's exactly what we want. The referee losing control, Red Shoes. Just like, let's call for the fucking bell. Just all 6 guys in the ring. No one listening to him. Just a fun little match there. Kushida, worst guy in the match. That was kind of shocking. Makabe, best guy in the match, though. That's actually no surprise. He's been incredible. But yeah, that 6-man match, the scramble match, is going to be a lot of fun. 79 for Tyler Black and Strickland against Takanori Ito and Satoru Shino. Tyler Black pinning Takanori Ito with God's Last Gift. A good little win there for House of Black. In our co-main, Ashley Flair and Becky Knockout Quinn beat Utami Hayashishita and Saya Kamatani. Yeah, definitely the better team. And figure 4 from Ashley Flair, as well as a 75 for our main event. Ibushi pinning Umeda with the Phoenix Plex. It's crazy. What a performance from Takeshita and Umeda. Even Nakajima outperformed everybody on the Blast-Off side. That is pretty crazy. Poor Kota Ibushi, though. he is kind of back down to reality again. Guy from the kind of old guard that's now declining physically. It's just a tough break overall for Blastoff now, losing out on somebody like Konosuke Takeshita would really help them and help keep them. I wouldn't say relevant, but would keep them in the kind of the top billing as some of the best groups in New Japan. But now, not so much. But yeah, 75. It's crazy that the Tyler Black Shane Strickland against Shino and Takadori Ito match was the best. Actually, shockingly, that the trios matchup was with the junior heavyweight 6-man scramble matchup participants being the best match on the card as well. That was pretty shocking. I do love that Makabe Gable Abe team. That's a pretty awesome team. That was actually a pretty fun little show there. But yeah, now we get the tour shows are over with. On to the final show of the episode and for the tour. And also the final show of November. And so we just have one more month left of 2026, beyond to 2027. As on to Sapporo we go. Alrighty, the Wrestle Grand Slam in Sapporo show. So, of course, our main event, Kazuchika Okada versus Sanada. And so let's go to that. Before we go there, though, we do need to pick the Sapporo Dome. I don't think there's a big enough venue compared to that. Yeah, it makes sense. Alrighty, so, yeah. Oh, god damn it. I forgot about the backstage incidents. Incidents. As Naito passing on selling tips to Hiroshi Miyoshi, and Danielson passing on selling tips as well to Jerome St. Pierre. So, it's crazy that the Sanada Hiromu matchup for the Never Weight title was in 84 last year. Shows you how things have changed. Because that definitely would be a main event, probably mid-90s match now. So Kazuchika Okada does, in fact, beat Sanada. How about that? Poor Sanada. Back-to-back years as far as main eventing the Never Openweight title matchup, and back-to-back years as far as, at least this time, last year at least he won it. This time around, not so much. What was the match year before that? It's the Intercontinental title matchup with Walter and Konosuke Takeshita. Yep, Walter and Danielson. That match rules. Hiromu and Okada. Time limit draw. I do remember that one. Kenta and Brody for the heavyweight title. Way back when. So it's kind of crazy. It's bounced around. Yeah, then the first one, it was a destruction. But yeah, that was the freshly joined up Dark Order. Evil in that main event. Cat Pitbulls, of course. The fucking goat run of the tag team titles. How fun, yeah, but yeah, it was a bit of a step down last year. That was the first time it was in the 80s since 2021, actually. So that's kind of wild to think. But I think that match should go over pretty well. As then Hashimoto and Rey Fenix, the rematch. Rey Fenix will beat him again. Oh, this was a tough call. Because Hashimoto, listen, their matchup back in September was a 93. I don't know how well it's going to go over here. It should go over pretty well. I think Hashimoto's going to do even better here in Japan than he did in America, so I do feel like that's going to be a positive. But Rey Fenix, it could be either way, really. Then the Scramble matchup. So it's going to be Rey Fenix versus Chaz Gable. So Chaz and Rey Fenix in a junior heavyweight title matchup at Wrestle Kingdom. Very much a Styles Clash affair there. Got a technical wizard in Chaz Gable, and you got a high-flying machine in Rey Fenix. It's going to be a really fun matchup for Wrestle Kingdom. And then the New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team title matchup, Brody Lee, Black Taurus versus Moxley and Shooter. And Shooter and Moxley will win. Moxley's going to beat Brody Lee. Their second defense already in their short little run as champions. In the IWGP Women's Title matchup, Utami Hayashishita will beat Ashley Flair. Tough break for Ashley there, but I feel like it's time. Again, she's been the champion for a hot minute. As you can see, 13 defenses already, so she's already did better than her first run with the belt. She didn't beat Julia's run, even though she had the belt from almost the same amount of time. But what a win, though. Utami Hayashishita joins the Saletta, Hanakamura, Ashley Flair, Julia list. As, I think it was time, to be honest, to have a new women's champion. So big things happening on this show already with that win. And then we'll have the House of Black match against Suzuki-gun, which will be Suzuki-gun beating House of Black, as Shino's going to beat Malachi Black here in 20 minutes. And to see who's taking on Utami Hayashishita at the Real World Tag League at the finals, there, a Starlight Kid beats Julia. First time meeting here. Actually, never mind. First time meeting here in the save, but they have had matches back at the start of the save, back in 2020 and in 2021. It's 44 and 51 then. Should go over pretty well here unless they have bad chemistry, which that would just suck. Hopefully that is not the case. In our opening contest, being replaced by Kota Yamada here as Konosuke Takeshita and Kota Yamada beat the Blast-Off team. As Konosuke Takeshita is going to beat Jason Lee. I think I'm going to keep that. I was thinking about having Yamada beat Ibushi there, but feels like we should just keep it as that. So we know what our Tag League finals, we know we have a women's title matchup. We now know at the Wrestle Kingdom show, Junior Heavyweight title matchup, Ray Phoenix versus Chaz Gable. So we have that lined up, but we also have some other things lined up as far as for this show. Post-show, we see a delighted Chaz Gable, as it's him and Dominic Garrini, as celebrating going on the Wrestle Kingdom. Garrini and Gable, they announced that they have chosen their alliance, and they have chosen Suzuki-gun as Minoru Suzuki, Satoru Shino, Claudio Castagnoli. These players involved as far as were the main reason why. And even though he was heavily recruited by United Empire, felt like Suzuki-gun's the better fit. And Dominic Garrini on Suzuki-gun. So what a get for Suzuki-gun. There we go. As far as, I forgot the I. Just a huge get for them to not only add to you have a potential junior heavyweight champion now joining you. Him and Garini's a fun team on the undercard. I think you can also see maybe potentially what a Garrini Rex Steiner team could look like, what a Gable Yehai team could look like as well. Like I feel like now that addition builds up a little bit more with the United Empire Suzuki-gun rivalry potentially on the horizon with this joining of Gable and Garrini choosing Suzuki-gun over United Empire. I think it just kind of makes a lot more sense for them. But yeah, as far as from that perspective, but also not the only thing that's happening. As we see it's Ashley Flair as she's making her way towards the back. Lights go out, lights come back on, and we have Kana, Kairi Hojo, Io Shirai. First Kana with the mist turns into a 3-on-1. They, as far as 4 horsewomen, make the save, but it's not enough time as far as Kana, Kairi Hojo, Io Shirai. Lights go back out, lights come back on. They're not there. So we see the debut of what will be called the Triple Talon Tandem. TTT, as, or 3T, or T3 even. T3 kind of makes more sense as far as I'm in shortening as T3 with, obviously kind of a nod to Triple Tails in a way. Obviously, with Kana and Io, Kairi Hojo just basically playing the role of Io Shirai for that. But, with, this was, I think, a long time coming. Having, now look at the Joshi scene of what we got going on. With the addition of Kairi Hojo, Io Shirai, and for Becky even. Like, we have, I think that's kind of been a big thing that we have eyed to improve from kind of year to year. We've gotten some big acquirees with this. And, make their debut. So, that's going to be a lot of fun to see how they kind of navigate through New Japan, attacking the former champion as well. Now that we know also that Utami Hayashi's son Starlight Kid is the women's title match for Real World Tag League, what's that mean for them, for the triple talent tandem? As far as I'm sure Io or Kairi Hojo. Kana is not active, unfortunately, for her. That would have been awesome, but she is the manager, so she's playing that the kind of role of the veteran leadership that she can kind of help lead the team. And yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun to kind of see how they evolve throughout New Japan. So yeah, the triple talent tandem making their debut. I don't think they'll be. We'll have one for Queen's Quest. As a delighted Utami Hayashishita. Just a big night for her. We'll have Tehanma, Tam Nakano. Oh yeah, and Saya Kamatani. I think that's all the Queen's Quest. Pretty sure, but yeah. Big night for them as far as the champs. Also, well, Starlight Kid as far as she better be ready. She's got a big night come the Tag League Finals. Looking to successfully defend her belt for the first time. I'm trying to think who else. I think we're gonna go with Sonata. As far as for him, kind of reflecting on this year run as Never Openweight champion, and how this year he was supposed to be the Triple Crown champion to win the Never Openweight title, the Intercontinental title, and the Heavyweight title, and how he just feels like each step, each month, it seems like the dream is dying slowly and slowly as time is passing on. He had his real good chance when he won the King of Pro Wrestling. Now that he lost that main event, he's now lost the Neverweight title. You could sense that he's starting to feel it, though. He's not the cool, calm, collected Sonata that's looking to be this global superstar. You could feel the tension, and that he knows that he's been kind of slipping, and he's been losing these big time matches. But he wants to rest assured that he's got this, the Intercontinental title still, and shows that at Wrestle Kingdom, whoever he faces, he's going to have a huge moment in that he's going to walk away as the champion. This is going to be his the moment where he will become a global star, and says that it might even be his last Wrestle Kingdom. As far as the, kind of jokingly is saying, it's going to be hard to maintain an active roster spot while still shooting commercials, shooting movies, going to fashion shows. And it says that maybe a sacrifice has to be made. So even potentially kind of throwing out there that, listen, the time is ticking. And that it's going to come down to maybe a potential decision that might have to be made for Sonata, as far as maybe this is, his kind of last run. So it's odd to hear that from somebody, but I think also maybe the doubt is creeping in now that he's lost again in a big time match. You could tell that the armor is kind of being displayed with some holes in it now. And I think that's kind of a great way of going about it, where of him trying to say that, he's got bigger things to worry about potentially and all that fun jazz, as we got to change the ref. Let that be Red Shoes. Oh yeah, we're still good to go. Oh, we need a Steal the Show matchup. I didn't realize that. Don't want to be the women's matchups. Probably should be this, honestly. I think that's kind of the best call. Have it be this. Be the Steal the Show matchup. There we go. Alrighty. So, we should be good to go. I don't know why Rex Steiner's... Oh, because he's in the House of Black match. And the Suzuki matchup done. Alrighty. So, should be good to go. Let's, actually, Let's have the Sonata one be first. Then the Queen's Quest. Yeah, well, actually, have the Queen's Quest one be last. Alrighty. Let's run the show. 82 for the opener. Shoulder sprain for the heavyweight champion. Just fucking great. What a start. Sprains his shoulder. Hopefully he's healthy by the time Wrestle Kingdom comes, because it's only a month away. Not great. Not great there. 1771 here for Julia and Starlight Kid. Actually, a really good matchup. Standing moonsault for Starlight Kid. She gets the win. So she's looking to beat the new women's champion once we see that matchup. But before that, we get the 8-man matchup between House of Black and Suzuki-gun. Suzuki-gun getting the win. Sashino with the ankle hold over Malachi Black. So Tyler Black, Shotaro Ashino, 92s and 90s there. Claudia with a 73. Third best guy in the match, is no surprise. Hayato Jr. Vegeta still having good ratings. Strickland doing well. That's nice to see. Takeru Naito doing well. Rex Steiner's finally in the 50s, but it might be a little too late now. Wow, worse than the the previous women's matchup is Ashley Flair with a 58. Yeah, she's definitely getting worse over time. The Argentine backbreaker rack for Utami Hayashishita gets the win in your new women's champion, Utami Hayashishita. Then the debut of Triple Talon Tana, which actually did alright, a 65. We'll take that. Good shit. Yeah, Kana with the paint, very fun. 79 for Brody and Black Taurus versus Moxley and Shota Umino. Death Rider from Moxley on to Brody Lee. Brody, worst guy in the match, as both him and Black Taurus were off their game. Black Taurus still outperformed Shota Umino, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, their first defense of the New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team titles after winning the belts at the Royal Quest show. It's an 85 for the Scramble match. And yeah, 30 minutes. Most pinfall submissions in that 30-minute time limit wins, and it's Chaz Gable. I want everyone to at least get one, but I think Gable with maybe back-to-back submissions, to where he ends up with 3 while everybody else has 1. Maybe a double submission. That'd be kind of cool to pull off. But yeah, him and Abe were the best guys in the match too, so that was awesome. Oh, also Ed Makabe, of course. It's actually a really good match. Shout out to Juniors killing it. 95. Speaking of the Juniors killing it, what a match! It's Ray Phoenix winning with the Meteor. That's his second defense rather. Excuse me. His first defense was obviously him and Airbender. But a hell of a match, though, between him and Hashimoto. Hashimoto was only 12 points behind him. That is not bad at all. Not bad at all. Our main event, it's a 90. Is Okada beating Sonata with the Haiju Bomb, 23-34. So the old man still got it, as that's kind of more of an exclamation point for him, proving that he is still one of the top stars in the world, and still, any given night, can beat the best in the business. So that's always fun to see. Yeah, the Sonata press conference. Suzuki-gun get Chaz Gable and Dominic Garrini. And then the Queen's Quest, celebrating their women's title victory for Utami Hayashishita. 89 there, oof. I was hoping we'd be in the 90s here. The Ray Phoenix Hashimoto match was great. I was hoping that Okada Sonata match would do a little bit better, but that's alright. All around, I mean, it did pretty good. The Angle didn't do over so well as far as with the 65, but we're used to Angles not really delivering, so that's no problem. Honestly, gonna give some love to Starlight Kid and Julia, because they were great. They had actually a really good singles match. Better than the women's title match. Even better, they did the same as the Strong Openweight Tag Team title matchup. Yeah, give some love to Chaz Gable as well. And, it's Sonata. Give him a hug. You've had a hell of a run, kid. Hell of a run. But, I think it was time to drop the Never Openweight title. I had the belt for a year. It's a good listen, he still got the Intercontinental title. It's not the end of the world. Hopefully, Konosuke Takeshita's shoulder sprain is not too much for him to be out of the tournament, out of the title matchup for our main event. That would absolutely suck, because we definitely have to just vacate the belt, and it'd just be Hiromu versus, I don't know, I guess it'd be Tamura, since he beat him last for the heavyweight title. Let's just take a look. Where's he at? 2 days, thank God. Avoided catastrophe there. As, yeah, that will do it for this episode. Thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time for the Tag League, which that's going to be a lot of fun as far as the 10 best tag teams, hopefully, in the world competing. We should have 10 great teams. Of course, we'll have United Empire. Of course, we'll have Moxley and Shooter. We'll have Ashino and Claudio. And we'll probably have so much more as well. I don't know if we'll have what we'll have with Hobbs, because Hobbs and Tankman, we had to suspend Tankman because, again, he is still dealing with his painkiller abuse. So we figured maybe try to suspend him, and then if he doesn't get it right again, another stint in rehab for him. That's going to be tough to see. Luckily, I think Parasite Silva is going to be ready to go by the time we get to Wrestle Kingdom. So we know that match is going to set and take place. So that's going to be nice. I'm still not sure exactly who they're going to face, but it might be Akira and Airbender since they had the time limit draw. So it's probably going to be them. But yeah, as far as that is this episode, thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone.